Hello students, welcome. And today I will resume the topic. I'll continue rather the topic which I discussed in my last video, that is the endocrine glands and the endocrine system. So we all know that the system comprises of these endocrine glands. Endocrine system is the endocrine glands releasing their hormones, that is the chemical messengers, for the coordination to continue and to run all the important processes in the body which are essential for the life. So these endocrine glands and their secretions I had discussed in my last video, but I would like to add some other little more in that. That is the talking about the pituitary gland. The posterior pituitary gland also secretes oxytocin, which helps in the contraction of uterus during childbirth and in milk production. So this is an addition to what I said in the last video, and also a little more description I would like to do about the adrenal glands in this talk. That is, adrenal gland, as we all know, there's a pair of adrenal glands on the tip of the kidney, and the adrenal gland has been divided into two parts: the adrenal cortex and the adrenal medulla. So, adrenal cortex is producing the glucocorticoid, the mineralocorticoid, and the gonadocorticoid hormones, and the medulla of the adrenal gland, the inner part, is secreting the adrenaline, the hormone called adrenaline. I missed this name also in the last video. So adrenaline is the name which is responsible, which is also known as emergency hormone, because during emergency, so the decision of the state of fight or flight. So this situation this situation is actually controlled by this adrenaline. So this is also called the emergency hormone. So hyposecretion of glucocorticoid will cause what? Will cause the Addison's disease. Addison's disease means deficiency of cortisol in the body. So this will lead to low blood pressure and many other associated problems. And the hypersecretion of glucocorticoid will result in what? Will result in the Cushing syndrome. Cushing syndrome means excess of cortisol in the body. So excess of cortisol in the body means the symptoms will like round face, which is also called the moon's face, and pink marks and lumps on the body. So these are the symptoms of excess condition where there will be oversecretion of cortisol or hypersecretion of glucocorticoids. Now, hyposecretion or undersecretion of this mineralocorticoid will naturally lead to more your potassium and less sodium, because its function is to hold more sodium and release potassium from the blood. But if it is undersecreted, then the reverse will happen. There will be more potassium in the blood than sodium, and the hypersecretion will cause the reverse. That is, the more sodium will be there in the blood, very high level of sodium will be there, and very less potassium will be there, low level of potassium will be there. So these are the hypo and hyper results of hypo and hyper secretions of these hormones. And gonadocorticoid controls the functions of the gonads. So if it is under-secreted, then the functions, structure and functions of these gonads will not be as per requirement. So that will affect the functions of these gonads, and hypersecretion will be a very fast development of the secondary sex characters, especially in males, and other reproductive functions or other parts of the reproductive organs will be very developed very fast. So that will be the result of oversecretion of your gonadocorticoid hormones. So adrenal glands, when you think of, there will be two parts: the adrenal cortex and adrenal medulla. Adrenal cortex secretes glucocorticoid, mineralocorticoid, and the gonadocorticoid hormones. Hyposecretion of glucocorticoid will cause Addison's disease, which is meaning that low blood pressure with other complaints, severe complaints, and hypersecretion of glucocorticoid will cause Cushing syndrome, that means excess of cortisol in the body. And your mineralocorticoid, which maintains the balance of the sodium and potassium in the blood. So if it is under-secreted, this balance will be disturbed. And hypersecretion of this mineralocorticoid will raise the level of sodium in the blood, and your gonadocorticoid controls the functions of the gonads in male as well as female. So their hypo and hypersecretion will affect the system, the secondary sexual characters, and the related processes, related systems in all the reproductive organs. So this is in short, the function of the gonadocorticoid hormone. And this is very important to know about adrenal glands. So students, I just thought to add some points which I missed in the last video, and also to revise mainly the adrenal gland. And about pituitary gland, we all remember that it is the master gland, and it is secreting number of hormones in its anterior, its posterior, and its intermediate part. The growth hormone, most importantly, human growth hormone, your adrenocorticoid hormone, your FSH, follicle secreting hormone, luteinizing hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, TSH. Many hormones are secreted by pituitary gland. And then your thyroid gland secretes thyroxine, and when we mainly thyroxine, and when we come to this pancreas secretes your insulin and glucagon for controlling the sugar level in the blood. And then your adrenal glands, as I just talked now, and the gonads also secrete some important hormones, like the testes secretes testosterone or the aldosterone, and the ovaries secrete your estrogen, progesterone, the female hormones. So testes mainly secrete androgens, that is testosterone and aldosterone. So these are the hormones which you have to remember, students, in this endocrine system chapter. So I end my topic in this video, this topic, that is endocrine system, and I hope this will help you in your studies. So I will come with some other important topic in my next video. So till then, wish you all the best. Thank you very much.